So good morning, friends. When I woke up this morning, I had this desire to talk about regeneration. So just to clarify, everything that I'm talking about or focusing upon is personal to me. So I'm in the middle of walking this talk as I'm sharing it. So it's obviously of great interest to me to see how I can regenerate myself from this high blood pressure, mild heart attack, bypass operation, and rebirth myself into a more optimal version, healthy, vibrant version of Guy. Now, Western medicine is kind of expertise in surgical procedures and the medication needed to adapt and work with this. And so I'm very grateful for the fact that this surgery was possible and could reroute my arteries with new, fresh, vital arteries to replenish my system, more blood flow in the whole of my body. And this in itself is rejuvenating, because if the blood is not flowing, if the arteries are compromised or kind of swollen, blocked with plaque on from cholesterol, then the blood is not simply getting through. And the blood with the oxygen vibrates the body. This is essential. I can also begin to feel the benefits of this. I feel softer, lighter, brighter. Also lost some weight, 5 kilos the last few weeks. And I can definitely see the benefits of this new energy in my heart that's pumping blood more efficiently. Also, to add to that, the medication I'm on has brought my blood pressure right down and in a consistent range between maybe 107 and 120 over 80 or 90. So it's absolutely in a perfect sweet spot of where blood pressure should be. And if you take that pressure out of the system can relax. So I am definitely feeling calmer in my whole body. I am adjusting. I'm feeling quite lightheaded a lot of the time because I used to have blood pressure of 160 or 170 over 110, which is very high, extremely high actually. And it got even higher in the last few weeks. So my system has had a habit of running high blood pressure, and that has become the normal for where it was. And I adapted to that. So I was living with a high stress tolerance. And actually now, last 3 weeks, I think, since being in hospital, it's like I'm re-educating myself, my nervous system to really be in this slower state, which is more calm, which is more restful, which has this relaxation in the blood pressure, which has a knock-on effect on everything. Now, there's various ways of achieving this or optimizing this, whatever state you're in, like breath work, meditation, exercise, visualization, nutrition, all the obvious building blocks of our health. And it's important to be consistent about this. So I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday about health, and she was recommending the consistency, like that waking up, having a glass of water, having a shower, getting dressed, take the medication, go for a walk, just get on with your day, but with a certain rhythm and a routine. So the body is recapitulating itself into a healthy, vibrant rhythm where the body wakes up, the mind wakes up, there's expression, there's movement, there's breath, there's life, and then there's creativity. So I am now feeling more vital in my body. I was feeling quite weak last week, and I'm pretty certain that was to do with the operation. It happened on the 18th of November, so yeah, I'm just over 2 weeks. They say the recovery period is up to 12 weeks, so I feel I'm doing pretty well. My the scars here are almost healed. The scabs are coming off, and you can hardly see a line. I'll show it in a few days' time. So that's healing very well. The only discomfort I do have is on the right side of the chest and here, because the sternum was broken to open the rib cage to get into the heart, and they took a mammary gland out, a mammary artery, and I'm pretty sure it was from the right side, because if I cough or sneeze, it's incredibly painful, and I feel the muscle there is probably torn. And so I'm all strapped up. I've got this thing on, and that enables me to hold my chest together and let the muscles, heal themselves through this compression. And also gentle breathing inside, outside to keep nourishing. Yeah. As I'm sharing these videos, something which is very interesting for me, and maybe obvious now if you've been listening to them, is the role of me, is the role of consciousness in our own healing journey. In the Western medical model, you're often set up that the doctor is the expert and the specialists the experts, and they are the experts in their field, but it doesn't mean they're the experts of all things human or consciousness. And sometimes we can give away our power to the man or woman in the white coat and let them dictate our life about how things should or shouldn't be. I'd rather take a common sense approach, which is listen to the wisdom of those who've studied for years, 7, 8, 10 years in certain disciplines. And I'm super grateful I had an expert, like one of the best cardiologists in Europe, do the surgery on my heart. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yep. So respect to the expertise. But now, in this post-recovery period, who's responsible? Is it the doctor, nurses, hospital, or me for my own recovery? So I've been doing loads of study the last few weeks, looking at all things to do with this particular condition: bypass, heart, cardiology, blood flow, healing, relaxing, vagus nerve. So many different areas of study I've been looking at in depth, which I wouldn't look at unless I had this thing happening to me. So this ordeal, this situation, has taken me on a new educational route to deepen into understanding, profound understanding about my anatomy, my physiology, my inner functioning. So coming back to the role of consciousness. So I've shared in other videos what I consider, most people call it mindfulness, but I call it heartfulness, which is our awareness. It's our presence. It's me. It's you. It's the experiencer. Right here, right now, not in some mystical place or transcendent heaven. Right here, right now, your experiencer having this experience. Now the experiencer, as I feel it, is looking through the eyes, looking through the thoughts, looking through the sensations. So we can consider this body as a vehicle of experience, but the one having the experience is the awareness that surrounds the body, which also lives on other dimensions, the spacious awareness. So this requires a shift from the idea of personality, which is something to do with like the brain, beliefs, memory, story, kind of matrix of conditioning that we've been in. So you got the personality construct that most people relate to as me, where you have the awareness, which is the vast field of energy intelligence in which the body, right, and that personality exists and experiences and expresses. But I assert it is awareness that I am, that you are. Now, awareness is free. Awareness doesn't need a story to support its existence. Doesn't need, friends, lovers, families, world, tribe, anything to have its existence. It exists already. It's not dependent on role. It's not dependent on achievement or status or success. It's not engaged in any of those games. And I call them games because the personality, through imagination, intention, is constructing this meaningful gameplay called their personal reality and lives it as if it is true. But when you step back in meditation into awareness and transcend the conditional state, transcend the emotional state, transcend the thought state, sensation state, and come into a state of pure presence, you begin to realize with real eyes, you see clearly, right, that you are not the personality as the central sun in your experience. It's a vehicle of expression. I love this guy construct that I put together over the last 54 years. Proud of him, love him, fed him, nourished him, educated him. But it's not who I actually am. I am, and then guy. I am comes first. And the I amness is consciousness. Consciousness and energy together. two sides of the same coin. This is how I see it. That's why I'm saying it in an assertive way, because it's my truth. I'm not saying you have to see this or realize this or understand this or believe in me. I'm just expressing the way that I experience reality. And we talked at the very beginning about regeneration. That's the subject I wanted to focus on. So regeneration from an active standpoint of consciousness and energy. Yep. Now this introduces like a heightened state of awareness which can like oversee the whole mechanism. So often I'm scanning my body, my emotions, my sensations, my thoughts, and visions and energies around me. Scanning, just to see how the balance is, how the homeostasis is. And then micro-adjusting certain things to bring things back into balance. So it's awareness that scans, that sees. Like an eagle vision can look down and observe everything. It's very, very important. Because if we just get isolated just like on one pain point, oh, there's this pain, oh, you don't see anything else except for the pain. It clouds your vision. But if you can see this in the context of this, the timeline, the expanded view, the other versions of possibility, then suddenly it is in a much wider context. So consciousness, or what I call heartfulness in this case, and this capacity for scanning the field of experience is absolutely essential. And then you bring in the tools and the techniques that I've been practicing for years and studying, sharing and teaching. Simple things like breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. You like breathe in for 4, hold for just a little bit, 2, maybe 3 or 4, let out for 8. That's called the physiological sigh. It's actually like this. There's a... What that does, resets your nervous system. And allows you to drop into the parasympathetic energy, which then starts to regulate, which then starts to do the healing in the body. Okay, very important, very simple. Other simple things. You get a finger inside the ear. You pull it down. Breathe into it. On the other side, just like right inside the ear, pulling it down. What this does, it activates the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve helps you calm down. When your body is calm, it can regenerate. Okay, if your body is stressed or tense or too fast or preoccupied, then your energy is scattered. So you bring your energy into a state of presence, and then you slow down, then the body naturally, intelligently starts to regenerate. I'm going to go for a walk in a moment. The forest is close, a couple of 100 meters away. And this time I'm going to walk a little bit faster. I've been walking quite slowly. It's taking it easier. And I want to kind of consciously do breathing through the nose, out through the mouth, regulate the breath. I'm going to consciously feel my step on the earth for the grounding and consciously connect to the environment, the trees, the sun, the sounds, the fresh air. So I'm going to actively engage in receiving the energy of the forest. Japanese, they call this forest bathing. I love that. Forest bathing. How to actively be receiving the benefits, absorbing the benefits of the nature while moving through it with attentive awareness. So I'm going to go and do that in a moment. I could talk a lot about regeneration things. I woke up very inspired about other levels of exploration in terms of vibrational medicine, healing, theta healing, which is great for the deep unconscious, re-imprinting. I can talk more about these things in days to come. But it's just getting in touch with the fact that I can now contribute to my own healing journey, to the reawakening of this new version of Guy, and listening very closely and attentively and intelligently to these subtle movements in my system, I'm responding to them in good ways. Yeah. So it's obviously taking care of all the basics, sleep, food, nutrition in the food, good walking, maintaining, conserving my energy. I'm not really wasting my energy anywhere, just like containing so it can rebuild my body. Keeping a kind of optimal attitude of healing, possibility, regeneration. Because there's a tendency with the pain, you want to dip down into it, or poor me, or this has happened to me, or why. And you can very quickly slip into a negative spiral, and that's not going to help your healing. Maybe expressing a bit of anger and frustration is useful because it's the expression and release and transformation. But once that's done, then you want to kind of rebuild your attention to start to lift your focus so you've got the vitality and the abundance and the optimism to then take the next intelligent step in what your body will show you need to do, which is going to help restore, rebalance, and rejuvenate. I feel that's enough for now. Thank you very much for listening. I'm going to go and enjoy the forest. It's a beautiful sunny day here, just outside Prague. And grateful to be alive. I'm feeling much more vibrant today than I have on other days. More vibrant, more focused, more energized, more optimistic, more clear. And this is all good symptoms and signs of the regeneration is going well in my system. So, thank you very much for listening. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.